Census, we discovered because some voters called us that some bad information went out yesterday. It was in our press release. We have gathered more information, and the same conclusions we had yesterday seem to be correct. I believe the campaign involved has, in effect, confirmed that they sent out misinformation. I think they said 750 pieces out of 1,500, or half the ones they sent out. I'm going to review very quickly what the misinformation was, but then we're going to get on to how a person can find out where they really vote in case they're confused. And basically it comes down to this. We adopted a new map for state and federal voting 2.5 years ago. It's in January of 2012. It's based on the redistricting that the state legislature did, which is based on the census of 2010. They adjusted some of the districts. Some of you remember that the 142nd, they took some away, and its votes with Rowayton, and they added a portion in Canaan. So the district lines changed. Well, one of the things that happened was that we no longer use Brookside, which was right here, and served an area like this. They took half of those voters away, and so we moved Rowton, with the permission of the powers that be in Rowayton. We moved to Rowton as the polling place, more centrally located in that district. And because there was so little left in the people that had voted at Brookside, we sent them to Fox Run. Now that wouldn't be a problem, but except for the secondary part, which is that this used to be 142A, and this used to be 142B, and now it's not anymore. Now Fox Run is 142A. And so what happened is they get information, the voter lists come out that they use, contain the districts. Like I said, 137A, 140, 142. And they substitute polling places for that when they send out a mailing to tell you you vote at those polling places. Well, the problem was they used an old list, 142A, on their list said Brookside. So, of course, everybody that got that got the wrong information. They should be voting at Fox Run, but everybody that was told to vote at Fox Run, that's now A. Used to be B. B is something else. One time it was Silvermine, now it's Ponus. And 142C is West Rocks. It used to be 142D. There is no 142D anymore, and so nobody got 142D on this mailing as their voting address. It's a very simple substitution of the wrong letters, and that's what happened. The other districts, although the lines changed, the polling places associated with the 140A and so forth all remained the same. So they didn't get bad information, and apparently, as we understand it, the mailing corrected what would have been Rowayton on the old list that they probably had. I guess they knew that Rowton was the correct polling place, so they also got correct information. So the whole thing only affects the 142nd district. But that's the one that also includes the primary and the Republican. This is all Republican mailing. There are no Democrats in this that are voting, so they didn't get any mailings. So it doesn't affect them. The 142nd, of course, also includes the primary between Emily Wilson and Fred Wilms. So locally, it's more of a big deal than it would be if it was some of the others, I guess. People from those campaigns who are affected and concerned about it as well. We have a statement here I could give out from Mr. Wilms, which, not surprisingly, he's involved in these kinds of things. Other people who work on the campaigns are involved in these kinds of things. They're the ones who notice when the card gives them the wrong information. They know we don't use Silvermine anymore, so they were the first ones to call us and tell us about this. Yesterday, we, of course, didn't know the full extent of the problem, but it appears that we got it all correctly, and that just these 3 precincts are affected, and so that's the extent of it. We understand the campaign that sent them out is going to send replacement cards. We got that from the paper. We have no better information than that. What we've done then to try to help the voters figure out where they're really going to go is we posted signs like this at Silvermine and at Brookside to say there's no voting there. Trouble is that's fine, but if you only see it on election day, you didn't have anything in the paper first. I mean, think of a voter at Silvermine thinking they're supposed to vote there a long way from figuring out where they're really supposed to go. So this may help them as they drive by to remind them, but the publicity that you guys are going to give them is very important for the voters to know they don't vote at Brookside, they don't vote at Silvermine. There are correct places. Basically, if it said Brookside, you go to Fox Run. If it said Fox Run, you go to Ponus. And if it said Silvermine, you go to West Rocks. That was all in the press release. So we put these signs up. We had some from previous years available. We didn't print them new. And this one is a grubby old one because we put the nicer ones up. We do have a number of ways that people can figure out where they do vote. And so Bob will demonstrate some of those. And I have some things you can look up here that are printouts from those websites. The Secretary of State's office has a website that allows you to look up what you do. Bob can get that in a second. The City of Norwalk has one as well, and links to the state website. And the third way is this lookup list. We don't give that the URL for this out to individuals because it's awfully easy to look up people's birth dates on this, and we don't really think that everybody should get that, but the campaigns and the political parties do because they're able to look up for people who call up, where do I vote, and they can tell them. That's very important to us because otherwise they'd have to call us, and it'd be a whole lot more work. You can imagine a presidential election, how many people are trying to figure out where to vote. Oops, lost my pointer. Excuse me. Well, I'm going to have to go without that. Came unscrewed, nothing more than that. Okay, Bob, if you want to demo the other
First of all, let me first of all, there's a number of different ways to do this. This is first and foremost, this is a list. This is on the city's website, a list of all the polling districts and all of the locations. And there's a PDF map link next to it, and so you can see all the districts and where they vote. This is all current.
If you stop 1 second, if I didn't introduce you, this is Bob Sedaro, my deputy.
Okay. This is also a link on our website. If you want to figure out where you vote, you can type in your last name, your first initial, your birth year, and this information, and you can get it by looking it up. We also have a way that's similar to this. You can look up by your street address.
Show her.
You want me to do? I'll do a quick look up.
Either you or me or somebody. What?
All right.
You know your own birthday.
I actually do.
I hope.
Yes, I certainly do. Let's go. All right. And do a search. And it found me. Nope, it didn't find me. Hold on. I gotta do this.
Because you weren't born January 1st.
I was not born on January 1st. Let's go all the way down.
Now it's lost track of your name.
I lost my name, but I know what it is.
There you go.
All right. So, and I'm going to do a search, and there I am. It gives all this, and none of this information is proprietary. This is all public information, but granted, it's my own information at this point. So, it gives party affiliation, shows where I vote and what district I'm in and where I vote.
We all have to make sacrifices in our office, including revealing our birth dates.
I don't care. I'm half 100 and counting. All right. There's also a link on our website. You can do the same thing here. I won't have to go through it, but this is the Secretary of the State's website, and you can look up any state, any.
Here, go ahead and put mine in on the Secretary.
All right.
Go down to Norwalk.
Norwalk.
One more. One more.
Whoops. Norwalk. I got it. Okay, where is Norwalk? Right there. Okay.
Wells. Stewart. And 01/31/1942.
01 31,
1942.
1942. And there you go. That's where Stewart votes.
Now, we got that off the city website, but it's available by just going to the Secretary of State's website. There's a line for voter information. You click on that. Where do I vote? And you get the screens like this. I think that's a new feature on the Secretary's website, or it's a reasonably new feature that they're pushing this year, along with online registration and other things.
And if you went to the map, you went to the link here on the map, you would go to the map and it would show you not a whole lot. Oh, okay. That's not as good as it should be. All right, never mind. We'll go back here. Now this is what we give to, this is the way we look up information at the polling places, and as Stuart said, we give this to the parties so that they can look up information as well. So again, we want to set a filter. Set in a filter, and I'm going to type in.
That's enough. Yeah. You don't
Type
need
in
your
my
whole
last
thing.
name,
Yep.
and I'm just going to type in my last name, and and I'm going to set filter, and as you see, that's not going to work. Hold on, one more thing here. It does that. That's a text. All right. As you can see, all the people named Sidaro who live in Norwalk, right there. Now, you also want to go. Now you could look up people. You could look up everybody named. I mean, you could literally look up everybody named Robert in the city, and there's everybody named Robert.
Along with, that's not that many. There are many.
Yeah, there's many. There's 61 pages of people named Robert. You want to
There are
go
a lot
back.
less Stewarts.
Right. Again, I can look up by street name. I can look up by municipal district. I can look up by birth year, application. I can look up. There's all different combinations of birth. Also, I can look up. If I just type in the first part of a name, I can find everybody named. Oops. I can find everybody named. Oh, I'm the only person with SOD. Okay. And then if I can go deeper into this by looking at this, and this gives all the information that's specific to me. It shows where I vote in local, where I vote in electoral, my
District
address.
number that we've seen before. The fact that you're an active voter. There are also inactive and deleted voters. We keep the deleteds on the list for a while because sometimes they'll call up, well, wait a minute, I always voted in Norwalk. Yeah, but there's a reason then. It's not like you disappeared from the face of the earth. We keep you as a ghost for a while because you might show up again.
And as you see, we can go back to 2006, and I voted by absentee ballot. I voted in person in 2011. And in 2012 and in 2013, but before that I was voting by absentee ballot.
Well, there's more information on the state website about voting. This doesn't include whether primaries as well, and so it's kind of a summary of that, but it does at least yield some of that information when they look you up at the polls.
And this stuff is...
Phone numbers as best we have them. We're not allowed to improve the phone numbers that we get according to a ruling by the Secretary of State. It's voluntary when they fill out their cards, so they give us whatever they have, and we all know people change their phone numbers awfully frequently these days.